What's happening, guys? Yeah, it's late. Welcome to the social work race. I'm really pushing through these podcasts. It means a lot to me. I actually enjoy doing it. So forgive me. At my age, late is 9 o'clock, but yeah, so it's nearly midnight and I'm doing these podcasts. I'm looking at these episodes of videos that I have saved to review. And I haven't seen these videos in a long time. So a lot of this is fresh. I recall one or two details, but I don't know them all. So this is really going to be like a raw kind of reaction. It's not scripted. But I know, and I think with this video, I know that I saved it for a really particular reason. It's going to come out as we go through, and it it's similar to something that I had worked with before, and I'm going to show you a really complex element to this that I had to do some time back. Regarding working with a family. Forgive my vocabulary. I usually can speak better than this. Like I said to you in a previous episode, I have a cold. The whole family has a cold, and so if you hear any coughing in the background, this is real life. So, anyway, I'm going to play this video, and then I'm going to show you how complex situations can get as a social worker in children and families. Again, in adults as well, there can be real complex situations, but in this is going to be complex. And the complexity is not in the story, it's in the work that I'm showing you that you may have to do. And if this case, which in the UK, because in America they have a different thresholds and a different system, but if this case was in the UK, I'm telling you where I think it would 95% end up, okay? The chances of where it would end up. Let's play the video so you'll understand.
Did you fair?
By the way, I forgot to do this. This is the story. Mom and dad have split up. They have two children, but however, dad doubts the paternity of one of them. They've had a rocky relationship. However, mom's got a new boyfriend, and dad has gained from one of the young children. There's an allegation of sexual assault of some kind. And so they've come to take a lie detector test to explore if it's the case or not. They've tested the dad, which is the person you can see on the screen there, and his polygraph has shown that he did not fabricate the allegation to get back at mum. So now they're going to do the polygraph on the boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. It's not him. It's the mum that I want you to make a note of, because this is where the complexity begins. Let's go.
Fabricate a story that Eric sexually abused your daughter? And you answered no. Have you ever sexually molested your daughter? And you answered no. And the results for your lie detector test is that, Michael, you told the truth.
I told you. He's not making it up. Basically, he's heard.
You were asked.
That is true.
Have you ever sexually molested Jody's eldest daughter? And you answered no. And the results for your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth. That's
You
not,
touched my daughter?
that's not BS.
You touched my...
No, I did not.
You failed
What
your
the-
lie detector test.
Touch my daughter.
That's a lie, man. There ain't
a
no
lie?
way. I am not like that. I've never touched that.
I'm gonna
baby.
hurt you. You think I'm a now? You touched my daughter.
I,
You touched my...
This isn't
No,
even a
I am not
court
like
situation.
that.
You see what you had around
That's a
my
lie.
kid?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Hear what he said? You see what you had around my kid. Yeah. Do you see what you had around my kid? So he's pointing at her to say, you are not picking good guys. But it gets deeper.
There ain't no way. You have to redo the test because there's.
That test ain't gonna lie.
It
That
is
test
lying.
ain't gonna lie.
It is lying.
I want to ask you, this is serious now.
Yeah, it's
This is
serious.
it.
This is a guy that you're having sexual relations with, and he failed a polygraph examination of molesting your daughter.
Jody, that's a lie. There ain't no way. You know, I've been with you the whole time I've ever read them, baby.
You hear that? I've been with you. This is it. I heard this live, right? so many times. He's never been alone with the kids. You're always going to hear that. It means nothing. It means nothing.
Babies.
Touch
You know
my
it's a
kid.
lie.
Touch our
I
kid.
don't think he would touch my kid.
There's
He's-
you,
You hear that? It's going to get complex. I'm going to give it to you.
around
I'm
the
there
floor.
24/7 when
It's
he's
a lie
with my
detector
kid.
test.
There's no way. That's
Hold on.
doesn't lie.
Hold on. Hold
yes,
on.
it does.
You know how many times he took the test?
3 times.
He
They asked me
failed
the
all
same
3
question
times.
3 times. There's no way. You know it.
He didn't fail
I've
it
been there
once.
with you the whole time,
He
and
didn't
the
fail
baby's
it
gonna-
twice. He failed it 3 times.
I didn't fail it at all. That's ridiculous.
You might be the calmest mother I've ever seen on my
Oh,
stage.
she's too calm. It's almost like she knows that he's doing it. She's almost complicit. You have to make that assumption. She's way too calm. No tears, not even a heartbeat.
That's because she knows it ain't true.
I guess you took a lie detector test before the show too,
Yes, I did.
What the heck? Don't remember this bit.
which I was not aware of until just now. You were asked, do you know for sure if anyone sexually abused either of your daughters? And you answered no. And the results for your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth.
See?
You know, just the way you answered me right now, I can tell you're lying.
I
Just
did
right
tell
now.
the truth. I would never let anybody touch
You
my
did
kid.
not pass this lie detector test.
I would never.
The fact, you know what? There's times I have feelings and I step away from the fray because I don't want to get burned. But now I know I'm right because your reaction to him failing that test was not normal.
I don't think he would touch my kid.
You had 2 children with him, right?
Yes.
Okay. You start sleeping with this guy here.
Yes.
You're on my TV show.
Yes.
He took a lie detector test if he sexually molested your daughter.
Yes.
He failed it 3 times.
Yeah, and that's why you can stay the hell away from me.
Okay.
You're not gonna touch my kids.
Well, but now you're saying that now.
No,
But then you also took a lie detector test. We're asking you, did you know of anyone who was doing this to your daughter? And you failed.
I don't know anybody that would
You
touch my
don't
kid.
know. You didn't know anything was going on. You didn't know anything, but you can't pass the lie detector test.
I don't know. I would hope nobody would touch my kid.
You would hope.
language.
Well, yeah, she's 2 years old.
You know something was going on, and you lied about it. And you're
I
not
did
doing
not.
everything you can to protect your child. And even the reaction that you had when you found out that this pervert over here failed 3 times, your reaction is not normal.
Look, the video's nearly done. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to tell you how complex it can get because this would be a child protection situation, right? Or the child would probably end up under an interim care order or in care of someone else. They wouldn't probably stay with mum after this, okay? And this is where it's complex for you as a social worker, is that you have to be the child's social worker. At that point, this case is allocated to you. You will attend the court, do the court paperwork, and you have to meet with the parents of the child, okay? And sometimes attempt to do some work. So mum might be fighting to keep her children in her care. She probably wouldn't get very far, likely through the courts, but she might fight to have the children in her care. And then you have to meet with her because she might end up, depending on the age of the child, she might be in a mother and baby foster unit where she cares for the child and she will be assessed in that process of keeping the child, depending on how young they are. And you have to visit and support that mum. I hope you understand what I'm saying. You have to visit and support that mum and do assessments, and maybe probably a parenting assessment, a pre-birth assessment, something to and you have to represent fairly the strengths and the weaknesses, or the strengths and areas of development, the gaps in her parenting, the reporting of her content. And she has to let you in the house or in the placement, and she has to, or she most likely will, because she wants to keep the child interact with you. You're basically torn. You are both a prosecutor. You as a social worker are both a prosecutor and a support worker for the same person. This is where it gets complex because you have to sit next to them in court, in court hearings, and your dilemma is that you are prosecuting mum. You're trying to have her child probably taken away because you're representing a local authority. This is not necessarily your decision. This is half the court's decision, half the local authority decision to say the child cannot stay with mum. She's not a protective factor. And you have to work with her and, in one sense, support her to be able to look after the child whilst representing the interests of the local authority in that we don't want this child with the mum. It's a complex situation. I want you to deep, what we say, deep. I want you to deep that, get that in you and say, oh, well, how would you do that? And honestly, it's just plain complex. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to show you. What are you doing right now? Like, really, what are you thinking right now? How on earth do you do that? Literally. I don't know how to answer that question. But that is social work. Hopefully that helps make sense. And I'm encouraging you to do it. It is a world. It is a different world. Basically, social workers operate behind the curtain of society. When we walk down the streets, we have pavements, roads, cars driving by, everyone's going to work, coming to and fro, buses, street lights. But behind the curtain of it is this real type of complex situation. Inside courts is that complexity of a social worker sitting next to the mother. And I mean, I've worked with one who was really nice for both, throughout the process, during a really complex situation, and she respected me massively. And I've worked with parents who have tried to destroy my career. Just make sure you do the right thing, say the right thing. So that's the reality of this job. Yeah. Hopefully that helps. I always say that, right? Hopefully that helps. And all I can say is take care of yourselves in this field. Look after number one.